Welcome to Iceland, the Jökulsárlón Glacial Lagoon here on the south coast of Iceland. Looking at all the amazing icebergs out here in this glacial lagoon. And then eventually they head out under the bridge there and out to the ocean. Thanks for joining me again today. My name is Shawn Willsey, geology professor, out here with a group of folks enjoying the splendors of Iceland. So I thought I'd share a little bit about our adventures and some of the things we're seeing and doing out here. We're getting ready to head out on a Zodiac tour, so I'll try to film a little bit while we're out there if I can. But a little bit of background here, we can see in the distance the large glacier that feeds this glacial lagoon. That glacier is called, and I'll butcher the pronunciation again, but Breiðamerkurjökull. And so this is part of the vast Vatnajökull glacier. This is the largest glacier in Europe, is here in Iceland, and this is one of the outlet or tongue glaciers that comes down towards the coastline and feeds all these big chunks here. So of course at the head of this glacier the ice is actually breaking off or calving into this lagoon. The lagoon wasn't here. The glacier was actually a lot closer to the coast, and the lagoon started forming around 1935 and grew as the glacier started retreating over time. And my research says that at over 800 feet deep, this is the deepest lake in all of Iceland. See if we can get a little bit closer to some of these other really amazing glaciers down here, or pieces of ice anyway. So you can see all the different colors. There's a really amazing blue one here. I'll try to boulder hop my way over there a little bit closer. And the wind is so strong today that it's actually blowing a lot of the ice back up into the glacier. Normally, a lot of this ice heads down, especially at low tide, to this outlet point here under the bridge, and then out to the sea. And then it washes up on the beach there, a place called Diamond Beach. But we can see a lot of these chunks of ice are actually moving back up into the lagoon because of the wind. But the blues here are from the densest part of the glacier, the bottom of the glacier, where the density of the ice and the pressure of the overlying ice has actually squeezed out all of the air bubbles. And then we have more whitish pieces of ice that contain more air in them, more air bubbles trapped in the ice itself. So just an amazing landscape of icebergs floating out in this mostly freshwater lagoon. Of course, like a lot of icebergs, most of the ice that you see is underwater. There's only maybe 10, 20, well, I don't know what the percentage is, but less of the ice is actually sticking up above the water due to its density. Although this is somewhat freshwater, so maybe that percentage is a little bit different. So really cool. I think they filmed several movies in this area as well. And some of these iceberg chunks are as big as a house. So one more view, we'll kind of pan around here real quick, and then I'll try to get a little bit more when we're out in the Zodiac and film a little bit out from there as well. All right, so hopefully we'll see you from out in the lagoon.
Oh, really?
So up here near the head of the lagoon at the toe of the glacier, and the really blue ice is where it's calved most recently. So you can see the fractures in it, and this is where the glacier's sort of riding on the water, but eventually breaking off and calving or falling into the lagoon, and then ultimately creating the big icebergs we see out here. The wind's been blowing from the west, so a lot of the icebergs are over here on the east side, but just so impressive. The front of this glacier is probably, I don't know, 20-30 meters, maybe almost 100 feet tall. can see some of the dark layers, possibly from some of the last few eruptions of ash that have been encased in the ice, and all this ice moving down under the influence of gravity over thousands of years and ultimately ending up here at this glacial lagoon. Just spectacular. The tip here of the glacier, looking back at the face.
Yeah, we're gonna take it.
Let's do it.
Zodiac people.
Yeah, I didn't tell you before, like Breiðamerkurjökull here, there's a part of Vatnajökull, the biggest glacier in Iceland, which you may know, covers about 8% of the island.
Oh yeah.
Has over 30 of these outlets. Go past a lot of them on the way here, whichever way you came, the ice coming down between the mountains.
Still at the southern edge of the glacier here where it's calving, and big chunk of ice here in the foreground, but just beautiful. The blue ice, the layers from previous eruptions of ash from some of the volcanoes in this region. And then you can look back up into the high country there to where the glacier's head is, the Breiðamerkurjökull glacier at the high elevations. And apparently, like 100 years ago, the glacier was all the way down to the coastline on where the road is now today. And so we've got 10-12 kilometers of retreat of the glacier in the last 100 years, which is just incredible that it's moving that quickly and retreating that quickly.